Tonight's game being brought to you by City National Bank as the Angels enjoyed the off day in the desert yesterday. Tonight from Chase Field, they kick off a two-game series, their last interleague matchup of the season. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West along with Mark Kubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and the Angels are facing a first-place Arizona Diamondbacks, just a half-game lead in the National League West. And when the last time these two teams met, Paul Goldschmidt certainly wasn't swinging the bat that well. And they also had a lot of injuries. Of late, Paul Goldschmidt's been swinging the bat very well.
Yeah, Victor, he's been doing amazing things with the bat. Remember, he was getting beat by fastballs early on, but since June 1st, you're talking about squaring up the baseball on a consistent basis. .354 batting average, which is tops in baseball. 21 home runs. He leads Major League Baseball an OPS, slugging percentage, on-base percentage at the top. And even when you go back to what he's done in his last 9 games, 4 home runs, 10 RBI. So he's starting to see the ball well. He has absolutely crushed the fastball this season, and he's really locked in at this moment. You better be able to throw over your Felix Payne. You be able to throw his break a ball and change up and get him to chase. Otherwise, it's going to be a difficult task against Goldschmidt here in this game tonight and this series.
Now, you knew that he was eventually going to turn it around. And the last time they met, no Steven Souza Jr., no A.J. Pollock, both of those guys in the lineup for Torey Lovullo and the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're going to step away for a moment. When we return, there's a bunch of things to talk about, including Shohei Ohtani and an update on Justin Upton on the DL today. Ken French will have more when we return.
With a redesigned exterior and 31 highway MPG. Test drive one today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers.
After a day off yesterday here in Arizona, the Halos back at it, doing up on a quick 2-game interleague series with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Welcome inside Chase Field. Kent French with you to report on some news surrounding your Angels, both good news and bad news. But first, the bad news. Justin Upton not in the lineup here tonight in Chase Field. That is because he was just placed on the 10-day disabled list. He lacerated his left index finger. He cut it on a broken wine glass at his home in Arizona on Sunday night. Needed 4 stitches. He is now on the 10-day DL. Jabari Blash recalled from AAA to take his spot. That's a big hit for the Halos. He's hitting .386 over his last 10. Now to the good news. Shohei Ohtani, another game off the mound, a simulated game. He threw to both left and right-handed batters. 29 pitches in all, 4th pitching session, his last 9 days. Manager Mike Scioscia commented on the progress of Shohei earlier today.
Shohei felt great, and he feels good today. Threw the ball very well. All the metrics say that he's moving forward, and most importantly, like I said, he feels really good today. So he'll progress it tomorrow and repeat it, and then we'll start taking it one step at a time.
Shohei certainly contributing to the Halos at the plate, but hopefully we'll see him on the mound very soon. But right now it's time for game 1 of this 2-game interleague series between the Halos and Diamondbacks. Cole Calhoun and the Halos getting ready to go. First pitch with Victor Ngoubi is coming up right after this.
Your Hyundai dealer today. By Carl's Jr., the Western Bacon Cheeseburger is calling your name, little buddy. Pick it up. And by the 2018 Subaru Forester, a whole lot to love.
Well, the roof is closed here at Chase Field, so we're unable to watch the sunset here in the desert. And they have beautiful sunsets, especially during monsoon season. That it is here, Newbie. Monsoon season, buddy.
Tim Salmon told me to watch out for that.
Watch out for it?
Yes.
That's all he told you?
Yes.
Watch out for it?
Watch out for it.
Take a look at Mike Scioscia's lineup for the Angels. This opener of the 2-game set, game number 127. Calhoun, Fletcher, Pujols in the top third of the order. It'll be Simmons, Rivera, Ward in the middle third of the order. Cowart, Young, and Pena, of course, the pitcher batting ninth. We are in the National League ballpark. And that is the case without the DH. It is the 29-year-old left-hander, native of Clay, New York, Patrick Corbin on the mound for the Diamondbacks.
He's had an outstanding season. 190 strikeouts and 155 and 2/3 innings pitched. My go-tos, though, to be successful against Corbin this evening here in Arizona is you got a bunch of hits together. He's only allowed 11 home runs the entire season, but you always have to be ready for a mistake breaking ball because he throws a lot of breaking balls. Nearly 50% of all his pitches are going to be breaking balls. So when you get one of those breaking balls in that barrel of the bat, you got to make sure you're ready and able to crush that baseball. Otherwise, it's a difficult task against him because he throws so many strikes and so many breaking balls.
Cole Calhoun ready to lead things off. Halos, of course, coming off a series in which they lost 3 of 4 to the Texas Rangers. That after sweeping the San Diego Padres at Petco. Cole hitting .224. The first one tonight is cut on and fouled at the plate. First pitch brought to you by Toyota Place. Cole with 17 home runs and 50 runs batted in. Arizona native. And on Arizona State night,
Perfect night for him.
he gets to lead things off. Off speed for a strike. And it's 0-2. Corbin, an all-star this year. This is his 26th start, 10-4. 3.18 ERA. It's the second time he's been named to the National League All-Star team. The other was in 2013. Hard slider, and that's a pitch that has been devastating for Corbin. Well, I guess devastating for opposing hitters.
Yes.
It's worked well for Corbin.
And he could throw his slider. He has a slider curve, although he calls it a combination of both. He changes speeds with his slider. So basically it's a breaking ball for Corbin. He throws a lot of them, but he can throw for both sides of the plate and change speeds with that pitch.
1-2. Cole fouls it off, reaching for that pitch. Still in the ball on 2 strikes. Corbin, a second-round pick of the Angels in 2009. And it was the following summer, July 25th, 2010. Part of a package of players that later included Tyler Skaggs for Dan Hare. Little dribbler toward first. Paul Goldschmidt feeds Corbin, and there's the first down of the ballgame. Take a look at the Infinity defense for the Diamondbacks. Peralta, Pollock, and Souza Jr. in the outfield from left to right. Escobar, Ahmed, Marte, and Goldschmidt from third to first. Jeff Mathis, our old friend, behind the plate.
And Ahmed, one of the best fielding shortstop in the National League, in the conversation for Gold Glove winner in the National League. Just 6 errors made, a .987 fielding percentage. Much improved over when you look back to 2015. Also has been involved in turning 74 double plays. This overall defense for the Diamondbacks is outstanding.
There's a total of 50 errors as Fletcher looks at a strike. David back at second base, hitting .270. 13 doubles, a triple, a home run, 19 runs batted in. Fastball missing away. Ball and a strike. Halos at 63-63, and after that series in Arlington, now 3 games under 500 out on the road. Chasing the off-speed pitch.
It's that backdoor slider he has.
Oh, it's got him in the foot. He was up the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, you look how many strikeouts he has with his breakable. Tops in baseball, 151. So you're going to see a lot of them. When he gets 2 strikes, he will stick with that pitch often. Try to get a strikeout.
According to Baseball Prospectus, a 159 batting average against that slider. This was line to left field. Peralta has to come in on it and makes the catch. 2 down.
Hit well once again by David Fletcher. Talked about him in the pregame show, how well he's hit of late. He lines this one, so Peralta was able to come in on that one. Make a sliding catch.
There's Albert. 2 outs and nobody on. 254. He'll take the off-speed pitch outside. '19 home runs, 63 runs batted in for Pujols. So back-to-back off-speed pitches. Albert ahead of the count.
Still not giving in. That looked like he threw him a changeup. 2-0. Albert, green light here. Sit on a fastball.
Got a little sinking fastball down and away.
Hey, look at numbers against Corbin against his fastball this season. 252 batting average versus his fastball. He's given up 6 home runs. His secondary pitches, though, it's a whole different story. You mentioned how well he's been with that breaking ball like that. 165 overall between his slider, curve, and changeup. 5 home runs allowed. So he doesn't give up many home runs, but he doesn't give up many hits, period, against his secondary pitches. You got to be ready for a fastball.
3-2, and that's hooked foul. Stays in the seats down the left field line.
His fastball average around 89, 93, so it's not overpowering. He spots it. It's really the breaking ball has been the difference maker for him this season.
This one down the right field line, slicing foul and out of play. This is Corbin's first ever meeting against the Angels. Did not pitch in that 2-game series. And these two teams split at the Big A back in June. And Albert draws the 2-out walk.
Anderson Simmons coming to the plate. Take a look at my Hyundai key for this game tonight for the Angels to beat this very tough Diamondbacks club. Going a little highway state, steal the thunder. We know they have some offense, especially the top part of the lineup for the Diamondbacks. So important for the offense to get on track here with the off day yesterday, hitting this ballpark and score some runs and score often.
Simba takes a fastball for a strike. 297 average, 8 home runs, 56 RBIs. .347 on base percentage. He's got Pujols over at first, and Albert with a very short lead.
Thinking this should be a pretty good matchup for Anderson Simmons. Corbin throws a lot of breaking balls. Anderson Simmons has hit the breaking balls very well. Even the secondary pitches overall by Corbin this season. Solid batting average over 300 against those pitches.
Lays off. They wanted to appeal. He did not go. It's Laz Diaz. He's part of this umpiring crew. Manny Gonzalez calling the balls and strikes. Laz at first. Jeff Nelson, the crew chief, at second. Andy Fletcher at third base. 2 quick outs. Calhoun a ground down. Fletcher a line out to left. Pujols a walk. Top of the first just underway here in Phoenix. 2-1. That time he may have gone. No, he did not. Pretty close. 3 balls, 1 strike.
From our angle, looked like it was a pretty good chance they could have called that a swing.
But what do we know? That's the understatement of a lifetime.
I was going to say, well, probably nothing.
There's that breaking ball. 3-1 sliding breaking ball.
Quite a few fastballs in this sequence. Again, everyone got all the information as far as what pitches hitters hit, and Anderson Simmons has been very good against breaking balls this season. Doing 4 straight fastballs to start with, then finally a breaking ball.
Albert's going to take off with a full count of 2 outs. There he goes. 3-2, and he lays off. No. Gonzalez bringing him up. He is ringing him up. Somebody's ringing him up. Called strike 3. Didn't even appeal that one. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning with no score.
See if he went on it. Across the plate.
286. They sit atop the National League West. Half-game lead. A.J. Pollock will lead things off at center. Eduardo Escobar, the former Twins, at third base. David Peralta's at left. Paul Goldschmidt at first. Steven Souza Jr. in right field. Ketel Marte at second base. Nick Ahmed, the shortstop. Jeff Mathis behind the plate. Corbin, of course, the pitcher batting ninth. Felix Pena's on the mound. 13th appearance, 11th start for the Angels. 1-3 mark at a 4.35 ERA. The interesting thing, Gooby, if you look at those, 12, 13th appearance now, only 49 2/3 innings under his belt.
And he wants to go deeper in the games, too. That's the big thing for Felix, which you love to be able to see. Fastball is 91, 95, curveball, changeup. And his fastball has been good. At times he's getting around his breakable. It's going to be important to stay on top of that pitch throughout the game against this Diamondback club.
Pena delivers a strike. A.J. Pollock, the center fielder, 286 average, 16 home runs, 50 runs batted in. 30 years of age, native of Connecticut. Now it's in for a strike 0-2. He doesn't like that call, so looks back to Manny Gonzalez.
Having him back in the lineup, he's been out for a bit. He is a very dynamic offensive player, also really good in the field and center field. Can run, got good power. Spark plug for this team when he's in this lineup.
He was out of the lineup when these two teams met in June. Same for Souza Jr. Pollock had a fractured left thumb, missed between May 5th and July 15th. So pretty good amount of time. But that's kind of been his MO. He's had some injuries, fluke or otherwise, as he went around on that pitch. And there's the first out of the bottom of the first inning. No help needed from Laz Diaz. Manny Gonzalez rings it up.
My go-tos for Felix Pena to be successful against the Diamondbacks, right on cue with that swing there, but having command of his 2- and 4-seam fastball. He could run that away, run it in. Been very effective. Been talking to Charles Nagy. He really likes that command of both those pitches, and then stay on top of that breaker ball. That's the key for him. When he gets around it, flattens it out, he threw a really good one to Pollock to get a swing and miss, which was important. He stayed on top of that baseball very, very well.
Eduardo Escobar, third baseman, switch hitter. 19 games with Arizona. It's at .310 for them. 3 home runs and 12 runs batted in.
Yeah, for all the moves made around Major League Baseball, I thought the Diamondbacks did a great job picking him up. 64 extra base hits this season for Escobar.
Jake Lamb was out of the lineup due to an injury, still is out of the lineup. Escobar getting to start at third. Fastball all over the strike zone, not called. 3 balls and no strikes. This is the second time that Pena has faced the Diamondbacks. He got the start on June 19th. 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts. There's a 4-pitch walk that follows the strikeout. Here's how the Halo stack up defensively with Coward Young and Calhoun in the outfield. Ward Simmons on the left side, Fletcher Pujols on the right, Rivera behind the plate.
And Taylor Ward has done a real solid job at third base and taking over coming up from AAA. He never played third base until this season. And he played 86 games down in AAA, no errors so far, and 7 career starts at third for Taylor.
In case you're just joining us and you're wondering why Caleb Coward's back out in left field, he got to start there on Sunday in Texas. Justin Upton had a day off on Sunday, but it was last night, or on Sunday night, I should say. He lives here in the Valley. Cut his finger, left finger, on a glass at home. It's a little small laceration, 4 to 5 stitches, I believe it was. He got placed on the 10-day DL. Jabari Blash called up. And that's why Caleb was back out and left. 1-0 count on David Peralta. (2-0). Peralta has liked to bat well all season long. Actually had a very good season last year for the Diamondbacks, but he's been on a tear of late. Last 11 games, he's hit .364 with 6 home runs and 11 runs batted in.
Well, he crushes off-speed pitches, whether changeup, curveball, crushes it.
Kind of a late bloomer. He's 31, native of Venezuela. Hit .293 last season.
His numbers versus the fastballs compared to a curveball and a changeup, huge difference. into this game. 269 as compared to 333 with 6 home runs. There's a curve and change. I don't remember ever getting that pitch back when I threw a 2-0 fastball down the middle of the plate. As you can see, he's very good and sits on all speed pitches. Generally on a 2-0, you're sitting fastball. He got one. Didn't swing at it though.
Not a big lead at all for Escobar at first as Peralta lifts one out the left field. That's got some carry toward the corner. Coward racing back, and that is gone. Into the Diamondbacks bullpen. A 2-run home run. It's 2-0 Arizona here the first.
And right on cue, he takes a fastball to the heart of the plate and he hits an off-speed pitch out to left field. 24th home run, now 67 RBI for Peralta. Boy, real comfortable, keeps his hands back real well and is hitting the ball the other way with good power. Gets it out over that left field wall.
Well, it's a carry. Roof is closed, as is the panels. Usually is in the summertime here. Ball and a strike on Goldschmidt. 293 on the season. He's reached safely 25 straight games.
That's his 9th opposite field home run this season. The only one better as far as home runs the opposite way in the National League, the man at the plate right now with 10.
That's kind of how his swing is built, it seems like. Goldschmidt, that is. He'll go down swinging on the off-speed pitch. Second strikeout of the inning, 2 down.
This Diamondback club really is effective early in the game, and that's why as a pitcher you got to be ready from that very first pitch of the game when you take the game mound. This Diamondback club scores often in the first inning, the most in Major League Baseball. 109 runs scored in the first inning, although they struggle 7th inning on, but they've already established a lead. They catch the ball and they got a good bullpen. That's why they're in first place.
They're in the middle of the pack as far as home runs. That was their 140th. Start of the day, they were 7th in the National League in that category. Pretty good swing by Souza. Behind at 0-2. He's the right fielder. Played just 44 games. 2 stints on the disabled list, dealing with a strained right pectoral muscle. It's jammed, fouls it back. Count remains at 0-2.
That's a great pitch.
No, sets him up for that slider, right?
Yeah. Or if you want, you can go right back in with another fastball, but you got to make sure you don't throw it necessarily for a strike. Looks like he's going to go away.
Fastball away.
Back with a slider now.
And he'll chase it. That'll do it. 3 strikeouts in the inning, but unfortunately a walk and a 2-run home run gives the Diamondbacks a 2-0 lead as we head to the second. 2-0 Arizona, courtesy of the Peralta home run. Patrick Corbin here the second will face Rivera, Ward, and Coward. And they getting a strike behind the plate, batting in the number 5 spot. And look at a strike. 262 batting average, 4 home runs and 11 runs batted in.
Well, the way Mathis frames a pitch, that would look like it was a little bit off the corner. So quiet behind the plate. Former Halo. These two have worked really well together, too. When Mathis has been catching Corbin, his ERA this season, 1.87. Only allowed 3 home runs in just a little bit under 63 innings pitched with these two matching up together.
Here's the 1-2. Rene strikes out, 1 away. 2 strikeouts now for Corbin.
Let's take a look at our Subway league leaders. Patrick Corbin. Talk about that breaking ball and how well he has thrown that. Most strikeouts on breaking balls. 2 tonight, 153. Trevor Bauer with 133. Justin Verlander, 117 strikeouts with his breaking ball. And he doesn't overthrow it, so there's not a lot of extra pressure put on that elbow and shoulder. It's under control. He's got real good balance in the pitching rubber.
One ball, 1 strike. Taylor, 6 for 21 in the big leagues. Sunday afternoon in Texas went 0-3 with a strikeout. There's that breaking ball again. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 outs.
Always an advantage for a pitcher the first time through a lineup and you haven't seen him before. You're seeing some pretty good breaking balls already for Corbin. Starts on the outer part of the plate and cuts down and in. Said you got to be ready though for that one mistake during the sequence where that breaking ball is flat and it's going to be in the middle in. That's when you got to try to get the barrel of the bat on it.
Caleb hitting 143, 4 doubles. 2 runs batted in. Almost missed. A 3-1 count. That's driven out to right center field, hit very well. And it'll fall in there. One hops the fence, Souza up with it, gets it back in. It's a 2-out double for Caleb.
That's a good swing going the other way on that pitch by Coward. Picking up his 5th double this season.
Center field, number 9, Eric Young.
Got a fastball that kind of cut to the middle of the plate, but it was down. Stayed back on it well. Did the one hop the wall right center field. Now you got one of these situations as the number 8 hitter, Eric Young Jr., that you try to get a pitch early in the count. Otherwise, not necessarily going to give in with the pitcher on deck.
Yep.
National League Baseball completely different than the American League with the DH.
Slow breaking ball for a strike. EY hitting 283, 4 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, 6 runs batted in.
Back-to-back slow breaking balls. One on the corner, one just off the corner. Although elevated like that, if you're EY Junior, you can flick that ball in the right field. If it's down, though, it's difficult to do that. This could be that hard down and in breaking ball.
Two-out double for Caleb. He stands at second base. Diamondbacks up 2-0 here in the second. It's down and in. It's 1-2. Second straight inning in which Corbin's retired the first two. He's allowed the third batter to reach. Pujols walked in the first. Coward with the double. 40 pitches already for Corbin. We're in the second inning. Gets through the legs of Mathis. Coward will take third.
Doesn't happen too often. He was able to get underneath Mathis. Coward advanced to third. Kept the glove down, but this spins off his leg and gets away from him just far enough. Coward's able to advance. It's also important now with a man on third. You're more apt as a pitcher. You don't throw that one in the dirt now. Or a hittable pitch when it's in the strike zone.
And Young will strike out with a man at third base. Fourth strikeout of the night for Corbin. We're off to the bottom of the second.
All right, fans, we're getting ready for a huge...
Chicago. He's got 300 batting average this year, but more importantly for the Cubs, a .323 career playoff average in 24 games. Has had some pretty good swings against Clayton Kershaw, also potential playoff opponent for the Cubs if the Dodgers get in there.
I see what you're thinking.
If. Well, both, too, the way it's going in the National League, it's close every division.
Yeah.
The wild card race, you were talking about that on the way over, it's even closer.
Bryce Harper was claimed by the Los Angeles Dodgers, but quickly pulled back the revocable waivers.
See how close that division here is. Diamondbacks up by half a game over Colorado. 2.5 up on the Dodgers.
Ketel Marte, second baseman, switch hitter. One-time Mariner takes a strike, and it's 1-1. 2-0 Arizona. The home run by Peralta in the first. Felix had 3 strikeouts and a walk in addition to the home run in that first inning. Back up the middle, off of Pena, and almost Snagged by a diving Angelton Simmons.
Seems like Marte always has good swings against the Angels. That was right back up the middle, off the leg of Felix Pena. Lines that one. With the calf here, one hop almost retrieved by Angelton Simmons. How quick those reactions are to even get close to that baseball. And just making sure that Felix Pena is okay from that line drive. He's had 4 double plays turned behind him this season. Could use one of them quickly here.
Nick Ahmed, the shortstop, hitting .242 on the season. Hit this one off the end of the bat toward Caleb Coward. One down. Just took enough off of that pitch. It'll bring up Jeff Mathis. 218 hitter this season, 8 doubles, a triple, 18 runs batted in. Ground ball over to second base. Fletcher to Simmons. David maybe slipped a little bit footing, but still able to turn that 4-6-3 twin killing to complete here in Arizona. Diamondbacks on top.
AI powered by AWS, and the double play turned by David Fletcher over to Angelton Simmons. That exchange rate under just a little bit over half a second, 0.63 turns that double play. Angelton Simmons on that double play turn is 91st this season, tops by a lot in Major League Baseball. David Fletcher and Angelton Simmons have really worked well together up the middle defense.
See if the Angels can figure out Patrick Corbin. First 2 innings, he's picked up 4 strikeouts, walked 1. He's allowed a hit. Pena, Calhoun, and Fletcher, 9-1-2 for the Angels here in their half of the third. This is out toward right field, slicing away from Souza, and he'll make the catch. Felix Pena.
He's hit the ball pretty good. Yeah,
he's not afraid.
No.
Hey, we're throwing our homestand back to the 80s as the Angels take on the Astros Friday at 7:07. Fans in attendance will receive an 80s replica Trout jersey, courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino while supplies last.
Can't wait for that one, Victor.
Go to angels.com for more details.
Yes.
You are pumped.
Yes.
For the 80s. Kind of am too.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
That was, you know.
I think everyone should be.
Went to high school, graduated. Like you were winning a World Series. I was leaving high school. Cole rips one out toward right center field. That is a hit, and it'll be an extra base hit just in front of the 413 sign. 1 for 2-9 for Cole.
Kind of touched on that in the pregame show about Cole against Corbin. Take a look at a Nissan pitch cast. Got a fastball hard to the plate and down, right in that swing path for Cole, and he lines that one to the wall at the 413 sign. Lefties hitting 244 against Corbin this season, 207 for righties. 13th extra double for Cole Calhoun. 32 now extra base hits on the season. For a season, it started with 2 in the first game of the year.
Yep.
And then a lot of singles and tough at bats until coming back from the disabled list. He's crushed a baseball.
Fletcher fouling that pitch back. We've seen a couple of times now. The EY last inning and Fletcher here. That slow breaking ball away from a right-handed batter. So tantalizing, unable to lay off of it.
I think what he does well is he doesn't throw for a strike, because if that's in the strike zone, it's going to be hit.
Yeah. David lined out to Peralta in left field in the first inning.
Fletcher's been great in these situations with runners in scoring position. 343.
Takes a strike, 1-2. One out double for Calhoun. Big lead for him at second. There's that slider. It's blocked by Mathis. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mentioned Fletcher's been very productive in scoring positions. Gotten hot of late as well over the last 7. 8 for 21. 381 batting average with 4 RBIs. Chipping in a couple of doubles. It seems like only yesterday that he was called up to the big leagues. This is his 57th game. 2-2. Hits this one towards short. Ahmed unable to get there. Cole wasn't sure if he was. Still comes around to score, and there's that RBI single. And the Angels get on the board. It's 2-1 Arizona.
Continues to impress with runners in scoring position, and a smile by Cole. He goes, I had no idea where that baseball was. All I know, it was hit hard somewhere towards me. Let's take a look at We Make It Easy. Brought to you by SoCal Toyota. Stays down on that baseball well and lines it. You see that secondary lead for Cole, able to get out of the way of that line drive and still pick it up and score the first run of the game for the Angels. Now down 2-1. That real good swing once again by David Fletcher.
Just trying to add to the degree of difficulty. A little pirouette there.
Yes. 361 now with runners in scoring position for David Fletcher.
Here's Albert. He walked in his first plate appearance. Pretty good lead for Fletcher over at first.
Corbin's given up some stolen bases. 9 stolen bases in 11 attempts against him. Mathis has thrown out 40% of base stealers. A couple pickoffs for Mathis, especially with a right-handed batter at the plate. Look for a pickoff potentially to first.
3 balls and no strikes, and even with a man at first base, they play the full shift on Albert. We've seen teams of late kind of stay away from it, kind of keep the second baseman more up the middle, even a little bit more towards the second base side.
Albert's geared up for a fastball here, 3-0. Expanded the strike zone on that one. He got his fastball, but it wasn't in the strike zone.
You feel good about that as a pitcher when you see a hitter at 3-0 looking dead red. He gets the right pitch, but nowhere near the strike zone. That you got him set up here because now he's upset that he chased something out of the zone.
Yeah, I'm going with the breaker ball right now because I think he's going to swing again at this pitch.
3-1. Went with an off-speed pitch, and it's ball 4.
He did throw him the breaker ball, but Albert took that one. Couple walks in this game for Albert. It hasn't happened a whole lot lately.
Shortstop, Andrelton Simmons.
So here's Simba. 2 on, 1 out. Andrelton unable to hold up on a breaking ball in the first inning. 0 for 1.
Has chased some pitches of late, even some strikeouts of late for Simba, which is unusual for him.
Down and in. Nice play by Mathis just to keep that ball near home plate.
I don't know how he even got any leather on that one. He's setting up away for a fastball. He cut across on that one, able to knock it down off the home plate umpire also. Yeah. Just enough for the glove. Give him a chance.
Give an assist to Manny Gonzalez.
Yes. That was a kick save and a beauty by him.
It really was. He didn't even know it.
Sometimes a good defenseman in front of you, that's all you need is a goalie.
Ball and a strike. Bottom part of the strike zone there. Fletcher at second base. Pujols versus Andrelton asking if that ball was down. Looking toward the dugout. That's line to left field, a base hit. That'll score Fletcher. Pujols will stop at second, and we're tied at 2. Andrelton Simmons picks up his 57th run batted in.
And both hits and RBI were on fastball. Simba staying back, it lines that one to left center field. 2 most consistent hitters really available for Mike Scioscia today as far as runners in scoring position have come through. Andrelton Simmons, David Fletcher. Prompting a visit now from our good buddy Mike Butcher to the mound. Patrick Corbin hasn't had quite the feel for his pitches early on. A lot of pitches thrown, a lot of traffic. 57 pitches thrown, just 1 out here now in the 3rd inning.
He's thrown the ball well all season long, and especially of late, last 10 games. He's gone with a 4-1 mark and a 2.73 earned run average. Matter of fact, faced an American League team in his last start against the Texas Rangers and picked up the victory. But you're right, a lot of pitches. Even the approach with Albert in the first inning, got the first 2 outs fairly quickly, walked in, got extended there, and then gave up the 2-out double after 2 strikeouts to Coward in the second, threw some more pitches there.
Almost thinking so much about a strikeout. He's throwing a lot of extra pitches.
Rene Rivera looks at a breaking ball for a strike. Wasn't it Crash Davis who said strikeouts are fascist?
Yes. Tell you one pitch we know to look for if you're a hitter right now. You're right-handed batter, that slow backdoor breaking ball first pitch.
He's thrown that a number of times, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Rene struck out leading off the second. He's got 2 on with 1 out. Tied at 2.
So slow break a ball, hard break a ball in.
which for a hitter means I don't know what's coming next.
No. If I was Corbin, I'd try that same exact pitch again. And if you're Rene Rivera, you're hoping to catch one of those breaking balls just out in front enough in the strike zone.
Got a breaking ball fouled back into the mitt. 2 down.
That was one that was in the strike zone that he could get the barrel on. He fouled it off and Mathis held on, but you could see Rye's reaction. That was a pitch that he wanted and he got it and he just missed it. 0-2, you don't want to throw this pitch for a strike. And it was a strike. But still got the swing and miss, his 5th strikeout of the game. Now 195 on the season.
So it's up to Taylor Ward. And Taylor lifts one out to straightaway center field. Pollock almost dead in his tracks. Back pedals, makes the catch for the 3rd out. But the Angels do tie it up. David Fletcher with an RBI single. Andrelton Simmons with an RBI single. Just like that, it's 2-2 heading to the bottom of the 3rd.
And by City National Bank, a proud sponsor of Angels baseball.
Beautiful night here in the desert. It's a 2-2 game here in the bottom of the 3rd. Always spectacular sunsets in Phoenix. Arizona native Cole Calhoun got that little rally started with a double. Scored one of the 2 runs. That's where we stand now here at the bottom of the 3rd. Corbin, Pollock, and Escobar, 9-1-2.
Corbin, a pretty good hitting pitcher, .213 batting average, 5 RBI. Also was a double.
Down goes Corbin. There's the 1st down.
Speaking of Cole Calhoun, let's take a look at our Carl's Cam replay. ASU product. Cole Calhoun playing a little first base. First team all conference back in 2010 for the Sun Devils, and also swing the bat, crush the baseball there, but also the fun thing to see on the mound for Cole. Bringing it. Looks like he's throwing a breaking ball there.
Yeah, he's going to spin that one.
Yes, he is. He's on top of that one. Yes, he said, yeah, I got to punch out with that curveball.
Top of the order now, A.J. Pollock. And Pollock gets hit by the pitch.
Every once in a while for Felix Pena, when he drops his elbow at all, it has running action on his fastball. Setting up away Rivera, then runs in and gets him on the arm. And anytime Pollock gets hit with a pitch, you're always a concern if you're the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
That got him right on that arm again.
fifth time he's been hit this year. He's only played over 120 games twice in his career prior to this season. 137 games in 2013, 157 games in 2015.
He's one of those guys, though, that plays the game so hard, diving for baseballs, running into the wall, all those things that you want from a player. But the reason why he's been hurt is because of that.
It's tough to throttle down a guy that plays at one speed, especially it's all max effort. You don't want to take the intensity out of him.
I remember Paul Molitor was like that with Milwaukee. Even George Brett in Kansas City, they missed some games because they played so hard all the time that they were more apt to get injured.
Escobar looks at a strike. Third baseman walked and scored to the first. That's out toward right center field. Not very deep because he got it off the end of the bat. Pollock will have to stay at second. They're not going to test Calhoun's arm. 2 on, 1 out for Peralta.
And they just saw the highlight of Cole Calhoun on the mound, knowing he's got an accurate, strong throwing arm. They don't want to take that chance. Towards the end of the bat, got underneath it. It fell in nicely for Escobar, but Cole able to charge it and in throwing position and give it a potential double play ball put in order here if you get on the ground ball.
Peralta home run into the Diamondbacks bullpen in the left field corner. Cuts through and was tardy on that fastball. 0-1. The home run is 24th. Now with 67 runs batted in.
Those opposite field home runs, 9 and Goldschmidt with 10. See a little bit later on his fastball. He homered on the breaking ball at first at bat. And you wonder if he's going to stay with the firm stuff. Fastball away, fastball in. What if you try to ride a high fastball now?
A little flare down the line. That is a fair ball. Pollock will come in to score. The throw's going to third. It's a good one and easily gunned down is Eduardo Escobar. 2 outs. But Arizona's retaking the lead. It's 3-2.
And as much as we talk about Cole Calhoun's arm out in right field, Coward's got a power arm out in left, a third baseman, a former pitcher himself, that didn't get that fastball up enough, and he's able to flare it in to left field. So both hits the other way for Peralta, but a firm throw and an easy out at third base.
3 RBI game for Peralta. He took second on the throw to third. Left side, past Simba. Coward's coming up, firing. The throw comes all the way home. There's no cutoff man. That's Taylor Ward's responsibility, although he was near the bag.
And I guarantee you, when Escobar got into that dugout, Torey Lavella, we talked about how positive you talked about him even in the pregame show, about being aggressive, but also realizing you have Goldschmidt coming up. You're better off staying in scoring position because he lines this baseball into the outfield, but that would have been a run scored and it would have been 2 more men on base.
It's interesting that he was held up, and I'm talking about Peralta at third base with 2 outs. Already, you're the home team, you're already leading 3-2, and I wonder how much that throw by Coward on the previous play plays a role into him keeping it at third base.
Definitely did.
So first and third. 3-2 Arizona. Here's Souza. RBI for Goldschmidt is 72nd. He's reached base now 26 consecutive games.
It's amazing where he was the first couple of months of the season, Paul Goldschmidt, to where he is right now, his numbers.
out to right, not very deep. Long run for Cole, not going to get there. Another flare, 4-2 Arizona. Souza picks up his 25th run batted in. There's nothing you can do as Goldschmidt ends up at third base.
And no matter how good of a read you're going to have off the bat if you're Cole Calhoun, there's no way you're going to be able to run in and make that play. Jammed him, and he flares it perfectly in the right field, falling in front of Cole.
Four consecutive hits after the hit batter. That was Pollock with one out.
And a very dangerous Tel Marte at the plate now with 10 triples.
Marte had a base hit up the middle of the second.
He's got 40 extra base hits overall, 20 doubles, 10 home runs, along with 10 triples. And you have Descalzo that plays infield positions too with 11 home runs for the Diamondbacks. So they're pretty deep in the infield.
Ball and 2 strikes now. There goes the base runner. That's Souza. He'll get to second base. It's credit with the stolen base. So 2 in scoring position now. And Marte with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. The Angels strike for 2 on the top of the 3rd inning to even things up. Arizona's answered right back with 2 here at the bottom of the 3rd.
And we showed how well they score runs in the 1st inning. They score a lot of runs early in the game's period. They respond right back after the Angels tied it to take a 2-run lead again. Interesting to watch Marte trying to tell himself to stay back and not chase that breaking ball.
And Marte works the walk, so they're loaded up. Second free pass issued by Felix. Marte's been on board twice, and here comes Charles Nagy for his first visit.
And we go back, his last 3 starts have been very good for Pena. Today, he's missed some spots.
Now batting, shortstop,
Ahmed, the shortstop, 0 for 1 with a fly ball to left. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. No place to put him if you're Pena. Ahmed, a fly ball to left field. Jumped on the first pitch in the second inning. Lifted one out to Caleb. Goldschmidt at third. Souza at second. Marte at first. Ahmed jumping on that first pitch again. Comes up empty.
Wise decision to go with a breaking ball. Jumped on a first pitch fastball his first at bat.
A little frustration there by Nick, taking that fastball right down the pipe.
And how we've always felt when you see a hitter take a pitch like that, they're going to be more apt to swing at something out of the strike zone. So throw a non-strike here now if you're Felix Pena.
There's that breaking ball. One ball, two strikes, two outs. A lot of pitches thrown by Felix here in this third inning. 46 total. And down goes Ahmed for the third out. But 2 runs for Arizona. They've retaken the lead. 4-2 as we head to the fourth. Family Sunday and Kids Run the Bases. Sponsored by Yakult Probiotic Drink. Just go to angels.com/promotions. 4-2 Arizona. Top of the fourth.
A snow cone there. Oh, yeah. That looks good.
Got to eat it fast here in the desert.
Yes. Very fast.
Caleb Coward, 1 for 1. He doubled to the alley in right center field in the second. His 5th double of the season. Eventually stranded at third base.
That slow break a ball outside part of the plate.
Caleb goes down swinging on that slider. Mathis down to first to complete the strikeout. 1 away.
And with that pitch, you're going to see why he's been so effective. Take a look at our tools in the training property by Ram Trucks. In a sequence, he's able to throw that good slow break ball to the outside part of the plate. anywhere between 72, 73 miles an hour, paint that outside corner, and then when he's ahead, that hard breaker ball down and in, 82, 83 miles an hour. It looks like a strike, ends up out of the strike zone. Very similar to those pitches right there, but he got Coward the first out of this inning.
Left side, Ahmed gets rid of it quickly to Goldschmidt, and on the base. EY doesn't like the call.
I'll tell you what, that was an unbelievable play. You can see why that conversation is for Ahmed as far as Gold Glove. I had no idea how he even got that ball over quick enough to make it close.
That was a quick transfer, man.
Now it's a matter of Goldschmidt keeping his foot on the base. Take a look right here. He's off the base, looked like. I'll tell you what, still an unbelievable play. Look where he's at. He's in an outfield grass, and he got rid of that baseball in as quick as could possibly be.
They're not going to challenge it. They must feel that they don't have enough of an angle to have a foot off the base. Oh, I tell you, right there, I'm surprised they didn't challenge it.
Unless he was able to keep that cleat barely on the base.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Felix Pena at the plate.
That was an unreal play.
Pena with a fly ball to right field. He's 0 for 5 this year.
That first swings got Patrick Corbin's attention. Still looking for that first major league hit. He's hit the ball hard this whole season.
3-1 count. There goes the bat flying into the dugout of the Diamondbacks. And a full count now.
Hey, that got it quickly into the dugout.
Torey Lovello's coming out just to make sure that the count is right. He thought maybe the first pitch might have been a strike.
And then maybe he was just trying to find a way to take a deep breath after that bat came flying towards him.
So full count. It's a pretty good toss by Pena, by the way. If you're into those kind of things. And pulled the shoot a little bit late on that one. The Angels down in order for the first time this evening. Diamondbacks still on top.
D-backs. Kent French back with you at the start of the 2018 season. The D-backs actually installed a humidor here at Chase Field. No, not because the guys want to enjoy a nice cigar after a big win, but it was to treat and store the baseballs. Zach Greinke, one of the pitchers that was saying away from Chase Field, his ball had a lot more movement than it did here because he couldn't get a good grip on the baseball because of the dry, hot climate. As a result, more home runs were being hit. So they installed a humidor. They're keeping the baseballs about 70 degrees, 50% humidity, because here in Arizona during the summer, humidity averages between 19 and 30. Now, this is the second humidor put in a ballpark in the big leagues, the first being Coors Field back in 2002. Now, they talked about home runs being hit, but it seems like that's not the case, guys. We send it back up to you. Gooby, whenever you pitched in a dry, hot climate, did you have a tough time gripping the baseball, and do you think a humidor is the answer?
Yeah, especially when, even in spring training, you notice a difference where you just don't have that feel for the baseball as far as throwing breaking balls. And, when you have that humidor, it allows you to get a better grip on the baseball. So that's why I think it's effective, not necessarily to keep the baseball in the ballpark as far as taking away home runs. It's the ability to spin the breaking ball a little bit more so and more comfortably with the humidor and dealing with the baseballs.
Every place is different. Every place has got a completely different storage facility for its baseballs. As Mathis dribbles this one foul, and it's 1-2. It would make sense to have some uniformity and have every team just put in the exact same type of unit so that every baseball across Major League Baseball is stored at the exact same temperature and humidity.
Remember, it wasn't that long ago where the umpires rubbed up the baseballs before the games too. And some umpires you liked a little bit more so than others. I remember Richie Garcia, the baseballs a little bit darker, more difficult for hitters to see.
Mathis takes a fastball right down the pipe for the first out of the fourth inning.
Now it's time for the Rocket Mortgage breakdown. As compared to last year to this year, as far as what the difference between the humidor or not, the runs down 1.3 runs per game, home runs down a little over half a home run per game, and OPS significant difference. The humidor effect in play in this ballpark.
Corbin struck out in the third inning. 6 strikeouts for Felix Pena. He's given up 6 hits, 4 of which occurred in the third inning.
When you look at the Diamondbacks, their one-loss record at home as compared to the road, much better on the road than at home. 3 games over 500 coming into the game, 10 games over 500 on the road.
They've hit about 11 points better at home than they have away from Chase Field. Full count.
Second lowest OPS at home. Their history.
Called strike 3, top part of the strike zone, back-to-back strikeouts, 2 down.
Seven strikeouts in the game for Felix Pena tonight.
Sorry, can we just go back to that whole discussion as far as the offense for the Diamondbacks? I mean, at times it's easy to just look at the overall numbers and say, well, numbers are down because of X. I mean, they've missed some considerable amount of time. Pollock missed a considerable amount of time. Souza, Lamb. So it's, I mean, you're not playing with a stacked deck.
Yes.
It's hard to kind of maintain those overall numbers. I mean, obviously the Angels have had to go through their share of injuries this year. Pollock behind in the count, 0-1. Struck out in the first inning, was hit by a pitch in the third.
That's a lot of potential home runs not available for you for significant periods of times. And
Paul,
the Diamondbacks.
Paul Goldschmidt was MIA in
Yes.
May. You know, he's since turned it around. He hit what was it, 150, 144 in the month of May.
And he was getting beat a lot by fastballs early on.
Bouncer foul, 1-2.
Not so much anymore. When he comes up, we'll show that difference between what he's done against the fastball of late as compared to even secondary pitches. He's crushing the fastball.
That guy can hit a ball out of any park.
Yes.
Including Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Pollock strikes out of Pena. Whiffs the side. 4 consecutive strikeouts for Felix Pena. 4-2 Arizona. We're headed to the 5th.
The 2007 10 RBI for GA against the Yankees, the Angels club record, and an 18-9 victory. 2 home runs, 2 doubles. Club leader all time as far as RBI with 1,292 career RBI for Garrett Anderson.
Top of the order for the Angels here in the 5th. Calhoun, Fletcher, and Pujols.
What a great swing that was for GA, just watching it.
Cole 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. One ball, one strike. Pleasure of playing with GA right here in Arizona. 1990 Mesa. Very, very cool temperatures in the summertime here. Arizona State night.
Yeah, it's really comfortable.
That's why
this
we
time
played
of year.
games at 10 a.m.
Because it was way cooler at 10 a.m., wasn't it?
Yeah, much cooler.
ASU night. With Cole at the plate, why wouldn't they be on their feet cheering for ASU alum?
2 balls, 2 strikes. 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. 4 hits allowed for Corbett. So there's a 2nd round pick. 09 draft for the Angels. Pretty good draft for the Halos. This one, the right side, that's a shift on. 1 down. There's Randall Grichuk went first, then Trout. Tyler Skaggs was a supplemental 1st round pick. Then Garrett Richards was also a supplemental 1st round pick.
That's a really good draft.
Corbin in the 2nd round. Angels had one other big leaguer briefly. He got played with the Angels out of that 09 draft, David Carpenter. Carpenter at that time was a 9th round pick.
And you wonder if that doesn't cross Patrick Corbin's mind. This is his first time pitching against the Angels, the team that drafted him. You don't want them, you just remind them, hey, I could have been in the rotation with you guys.
Two balls, one strike. Fletcher, 1 for 2, had an RBI single in the 3rd.
Hit the ball well to left field. He's tracking the baseball very well out of the hand of Patrick Corbin tonight.
This was bounce foul. And the interesting thing about that Heron deal, that was the following year. In July of 2010, Skaggs was the player to be named later. There was 3 guys that included Corbin. And then there was the addition of Skaggs after the fact. So 2 big left-handers. This was foul back again.
Dan Heron, one of our favorites.
Joe Saunders was also part of that deal. Very emotional Joe Saunders in Texas. We were in Arlington when that deal was consummated.
Yeah, he wanted to pitch his whole career in that Angel uniform.
That's line to left, a base hit. So Fletcher with a multi-hit game.
Talked about how well he's tracked the baseball out of the hand of Patrick Corbin. It continues. Let's take a look at our Kia drive to success with Albert Pujols coming to the plate, representing the tying run. He's homered quite a bit in interleague play. 2nd all-time as far as home runs in interleague play. Only Jim Thome, the Hall of Famer, ahead of him with 64. Paul Konerko, David Ortiz, and Mark Teixeira below Albert.
3rd straight multi-hit game for Fletcher. Fastball away.
Hasn't thrown Albert a whole lot of strikes tonight. Even that last at bat.
Yeah, and
it was a
nothing
3-0 out of the strike zone swing.
Yeah. Last time Albert drew 2 walks in a game, May 23rd against Toronto. There's that off-speed pitch. He's reading that one because that's what he got on that 3-1 count in his last plate appearance. Ended up getting the 2nd walk.
Albert's looking to tie this one up right here on this pitch.
Pulled toward 3rd. Escobar to Marte to Goldschmidt. Inning-ending double play. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Arizona's still up. First pitch and enjoy a post-game Nick Jonas concert presented by Strikeout Slavery. Go to angels.com/promotions to get your tickets today. 4-2 Arizona, bottom of the 5th. Escobar, Peralta, Goldschmidt. Payne just coming off a 1-2-3 4th inning, which he struck out the side. 8 strikeouts overall. That matches a career high. Down goes Escobar for the first down.
Career high now in strikeouts.
It's 5 consecutive strikeouts for Pena.
That is a firm 93-mile-an-hour fastball. This time he got that fastball up. Against Escobar, got it by him. Had to be an on base twice.
This one's out toward right field. Cole racing over. Not going to get there. Even with the dive. Peralta will stop at second with a double.
He thought about going for the home run already in the game. A single. Just under the glove of Cole. Great effort. Trying to keep it in front. Peralta, another extra base hit. Big game already. And run that fastball, got it inside. Batting average for Goldschmidt versus fastballs this year, it's 328. With 20 home runs. 271 versus a curveball and a changeup with 5 home runs. So the key is to get ahead and then try to finish them off with that breaking ball. Like he did the first at bat.
Way outside. Ball pops out of the glove of Rivera. Goldschmidt 1 for 2 at an RBI single in the 3rd, picking up his 72nd RBI.
Free and easy, 94 for Felix Pena.
Movement in the Angels pen. Nobody loosening as of yet. 70 pitches.
Pretty amazing though, with 9 strikeouts, 70 pitches, looking for his 10th.
Goldschmidt strikes out on that breaking ball. Hard cut action to it. 2 down. Second time he's gone down tonight.
Impressive. He's been able to change speed with his breaking ball also. Late break to it, swing and miss. He stayed on top of the baseball very well so far tonight.
10 strikeouts now. Souza struck out in the 1st. RBI single and a stolen base in the 3rd. 1-1. Popped up behind the plate. Rivera back to the screen. Runs out of room.
And attacking the strike zone so well. If Felix Pena get a chance to get another strikeout, another 3 strikeout inning. That breaking ball just drifted on the inside part of the plate. He wants to go that one down and away.
Peralta, the base runner at second base. Another 1-2 and little flare. Angelton Simmons is there. 5 complete in Arizona. Halos down 4-2. Different like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls, only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. Opening game of a 2-game set. Halos down 4-2 as we start the 6th. Patrick Corbin picked up a lot of strikeouts, but Felix Pena has done a little bit better on that side of things, but he did give up those 2 runs in the 3rd inning that allowed Arizona to retake the lead.
And David Peralta's had a great game so far already for Diamondbacks.
3-hit performance, triple shot of the cycle now. Simmons, Rivera, and Ward against Corbin. 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. This one's popped behind the plate.
And Peralta, nice play.
Yeah, just over the head of the Randy Johnson mascot that just came off the field with a race. Let's get Luis Gonzalez, Matt Williams, Mark Grace, and Randy Johnson.
Yes.
Mascot race here. There's RJ. Looks just like him.
It's a great hair.
Gets high-fiving people on the way down. Yeah, no problem.
2-1. 3 balls and a strike. One little dribbler left side. Corbin's off the mound. One away.
Catcher, Rene Rivera.
Brad Ziegler getting ready. Corbin at 90 pitches.
Big Jayhawk fan. Brad Ziegler.
Yeah. Kansas. Corbin's from New York State. Didn't play baseball until his junior year. He was a basketball player. Went out and tried out wearing jeans. Told the coach he wanted to be a pitcher.
That sounds like the movie The Rookie.
Yeah.
Wearing jeans, throwing the baseball.
Except Corbin wasn't 40 after Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like it.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I want to try out wearing my, as we would say back, dungarees back there.
Dungarees.
Yes.
1-1. 1-2. Rivera, a couple of strikeouts. He's 0 for 2. Well, not too bad. He went to a junior college, played basketball and baseball, and then transferred to another junior college in Florida, Chipola. He got drafted. Rivera, 3 strikeout, 9-2 down here in the 6th.
All 3 on breaking balls. And when those breaking balls this time got him to chase something out of the strike zone. At bat before he threw him a breaking ball that got the inside corner, but a foul tip held on by Mathis. 8 strikeouts in a game for Corbin at 198 on the season.
This was ripped right to third. Taylor Ward robbed of a base hit. And a 1-2-3 6th inning. A quick homestand, 3 against the Houston Astros, 2 against the Colorado Rockies. And then an off day on the 29th. That'll be in Houston. Then it's another 3-city trip. Astros, Rangers, and White Sox. Ketel Marte leading things off against Felix Pena. There's action in the Angels bullpen. Marte on board twice with a single and a walk. Jose Alvarez loosening.
Boy, it's completely under control, really, for the most part today, especially with his breaking ball.
Bouncer right back to the mound, under control there. One down.
Shortstop, Nick Ahmed.
Nick Ahmed coming up. He's 0 for 2, a fly ball to the left and a strikeout.
Both at bats he has swung at the first pitch.
Diamondbacks shortstop making a terrific play against Eric Young in this game. As a matter of fact, the Diamondbacks notes highlighting the 2 shortstops in this series, Simmons and Ahmed, what they bring to the table.
Defensive zone ratings, defensive runs saved.
Wild speed pitch upstairs.
Really special shortstops here as far as range and arm strength.
Two balls, 2 strikes. .84 pitches for Felix. And Ahmed goes down swinging. He has racked up some punch outs tonight.
These are top tier plays brought to you by Arco. Speaking of that swing and miss pitch throughout for Felix Pena, his breakable has been off the charts as far as downward action. He's also mixing a couple good fastballs to set up that breakable. When he's elevated, he's been very effective with his fastball, but his breakable has been special here this evening with 11 strikeouts, a career high. He's under control and he's comfortable still. 87 pitches, still a lot on his fastball.
Mathis a double play ball in the second, struck out looking in the fourth. 1-2 count.
For a dozen strikeouts this evening.
Eleven strikeouts, looking for 12, and perhaps his last batter of the night.
Both pitchers this season have gotten the majority of their strikeouts on breaking balls.
That's a fastball right down Broadway.
Whoa.
That's a second consecutive at bat against Mathis. He just grooved one.
That's a little Mo Larry the cheese on the outside corner. His firm fastball. 12th strikeout of the game. Runs it back, catches the corner.
#1 overall pick in fantasy football?
If I had the #1 pick, I would definitely take Todd Gurley this year.
Not Carson Wentz or anybody on the Eagles, though?
No, it'd definitely have to be a running back, and think he's the best one this year.
Le'Veon Bell. I think he's a great player, and that's probably who I would choose.
Todd Gurley. Played his rookie year. He was hurt. I drafted him. He came in, and he was putting up 30, 40 points each game. I was like, no, I fell in love with him. So
I can't convince you to take anybody on the Eagles then, right?
Unfortunately not.
I tried. I tried.
It's an effort on your part.
two pretty good picks, though. Gurley and Le'Veon Bell. My neighbor, Gurley. My son, my expert on that, he likes David Johnson also as far as fantasy picks.
Yoshihisa Hirano on the mound replacing Patrick Corbin, so Coward will spin around, hit from the left side. Both starters done, more than likely. Figure Pena's done after his performance tonight. Angels down 4-2. There's Felix just looking on. Caleb is 1 for 2, a double and a strikeout. Rolls this one foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Hirano pitching in his 59th game this year, 4-2. 2.05 ERA, 43 strikeouts, 17 walks, and 52+ innings.
And Hirano's fastball's 89-93, curveball, splitter.
Went around that high fastball, 1 down.
Center fielder, Eric Young, Jr.
By the way, that 12 strikeouts by Felix Pena ties an Angel record for strikeouts this season for a starting pitcher. Shohei Ohtani had 12 in a game.
I'd imagine that was against the Oakland Athletics.
Yes. Speaking of Shohei Ohtani, was solid in his sim game yesterday, 29 pitches. Also will be available here this evening to pinch hit. Speaking of Shohei Ohtani,
coming out to pinch hit, the pitcher spot. Over to Goldschmidt. Ronald cover. 2 down.
Looks like they'll bring Shohei back, since he would not be representing the tying run.
Glad to hear the Angels fans booing. Instead it'll be Jeffrey Marte. Hey, stay tuned during the 7th inning stretch for the Nissan Game Break with Jose Mota. Marte at 209 batting average this year. 1 for 12 as a pinch hitter. Got to go over the scouting report. Hirano in his first season in Major League Baseball, 34 years of age.
Very effective bullpen for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. A solid career in the Japan Pacific League for the Oryx Buffaloes. Career 48-69 mark at a 3.10 ERA. 156 saves for Hirano. That's the line for Felix Pena, who's done.
Talking to even Charles Nagy yesterday about Felix Pena, he's really happy what he has seen his development as a starter.
Marte takes downstairs. You get asked a lot of questions, especially on social media, about a guy like Pena. I mean, he really is, if you look at how things evolved for JC Ramirez last year, it's kind of a very similar story. You know, JC was let go and claimed on waivers from the Reds, whereas Billy Epler went out and traded for Pena from the Chicago Cubs this offseason, with perhaps that in mind of, hey, we like this arm, if we could stretch him out. Good arm, and he's time and again, I mean, he's had his hiccups. You're going to have your hiccups, especially when you're making that transition from the bullpen to the mound as a starter. But clearly showcasing some abilities as you start to write that book for the offseason, what spring training is going to look like, and pencil out perhaps a rotation.
Yeah,
There's still a lot of questions going into the offseason, but I mean, make a name for yourself.
And Joe Madden had said a lot of good things about him, Felix Pena, for his time together in Chicago. That's impressive. 12 strikeouts here tonight. This is his 6 innings pitched. Whatever the scouting report was not to throw a strike so far.
Yeah. I don't think that's what Mike Butcher had in mind. Cole Calhoun's on deck. 3-1. Foul back.
Butch is one of our all-time favorites. He's done a real nice job with his pitching staff in Arizona. Part of the Angel organization for a lot of years.
Nope. (3-2). Jeffrey drives one out to deep left field. That is long gone. Big fly for Jeffrey Marte, and the Angels are down 1. Picks up his 2nd pinch hit of the season. That's his 5th home run of the year.
That baseball went a long way out. Let's take a look at the cricket smile. Fastball up. And Marte crushed that baseball. Look where this baseball landed. Second deck.
No, you look at it.
I got a smile. I got a cricket smile on my face.
That's going to do
after
it
that one.
For Hirano, pitching change. We are in the 7th inning. A 2-out blast draws the Angels.
I'm still looking.
Within a run. Keep looking at it, Gooby.
Yeah.
The Angels with a run. Had some sound to it too, Gooby.
Yeah, that was the Marte Parte swing. Second deck for Jeffrey Marte.
Yeah, not too many partes this year, but he'll certainly take that one. That's going to make him feel good. Second pitch hit. He's now 2 for 13. As Andrew Chafin takes over on the mound, lefty. And it's pitching change brought to you by Purple Bricks. 60th appearance for Chafin, 1-4 and a 1.93 earned run average. 44 strikeouts, 20 walks. He's got that over 42 innings of work. Cole tonight is 1 for 3, doubled and scored in the third.
Yeah, firm fastball from the left side, 91-96, slider. Pretty good slider and changeup. Well, Mike Butcher has done. We talked about that, how well he's done with it. Last year, a franchise record for team ERA. It's even better this season for the Diamondbacks. Cole Calhoun, yes.
Double hit in the third inning, his 13th of the season. 4-3 Diamondbacks, top of the 7th. Back up the middle, off of Chafin's leg, into foul territory, no play. That'll go as an infield base hit.
It's a pretty good swing so far against this bullpen of the Diamondbacks for the Angels. Right back up the middle. Tried to kick it to a defender. Close one though was Jeff Mathis. Go back to my Hyundai key for this game today. Holiday State steal the thunder. So far the Angels have swung the bats here well in this inning as they try to come back in this game against the Diamondbacks. The first place Arizona Diamondbacks. Looks like we're gonna have a double switch.
Yeah. So another pitching change. We're in the 7th inning. 4-3 Diamondbacks. The Angels have a tying run on base. It's Archie Bradley on the mound, taking over for Chafin. Bradley, 4-4 and a 3.39 ERA, 60th appearance. 3 saves under his belt. He's got a new catcher, John Ryan Murphy. So Pitcher spot for Arizona goes into the number 8 hole, and John Ryan Murphy, the catcher, will lead things off. And the Diamondbacks come to the plate in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, Bradley, firm fastball. Throws a lot of them, 94 to 98. Throw a curveball and a changeup.
Fletcher, a multi-hit game, slices this one foul. He's 2 for 3, third consecutive multi-hit game for David. 2 singles, an RBI, and a run scored tonight.
Ryan Murphy's only thrown out a little bit over 13% of base stealers. Season Cole, 5 stolen bases, been caught twice.
And that's lined to right field toward the corner. Cole racing around, headed to third. Souza having trouble chasing it down. Dino waves Cole home. We are tied at 4. Fletcher with an RBI triple. A 2-out rally for the Angels here in the 7th.
All started with that home run by Jeffrey Marte. What a game by David Fletcher. Talk about his batting average. Guys on base. Got a fastball upstairs to shorten up and lines it to the right field corner. Tricky hop. Souza Jr. unable to get it in quickly, allowing Cole to come all the way around from first to tie this game up.
Albert Pujols 0 for 1, 2 walks, and a double play ball. So Hirano gives up a run. Chafin gives up a run. Bradley responsible for Fletcher at third base. 4-4. Back toward the middle, but right to the second baseman, Marte. That'll do it for the Angels. They strike for 2. We're tied at 4. Stretch time here at Chase Field. Time now for the Nissan Game Break with Jose Mota.
Well, there's a lot of talk in that dugout still because of Jeffrey Marte flexing his muscles. Goes way back. The Angels back in this ballgame, but beyond Marte and the big blast, let's talk about the little guy. He is 13 for his last 29. His name is David Fletcher. Boy, he is fun to watch against a lefty, very tough lefty, and Corbin goes up the middle. There's another RBI for David Fletcher. Nice piece of running with a twist and everything there for Cole Calhoun. Fletcher with that balance, playing next to Simba, having a fantastic time on a 4.63. For another single, adjust to that breaking ball again. He stays balanced, he stays on the ball, stays playing, and certainly a little more drama. Angels on the board again, thanks to him. He knows exactly how to play this corner, and with that man on first base, exactly how far to go with Dino Evil, sending him all the way to third. The Angels tied it up here against a very tough bullpen with the D-backs. This has been the Nissan Game Break, and before we go back to the booth, here's a message from Nissan.
Download MLB at Bat today. It's bottom of the 7th inning. We're tied at 4. Jose Alvarez replaces Felix Pena. Pena, a solid start tonight, gets a no decision with those 2 runs that Angels put on the board with 2 outs at the top of the inning. 6 innings, 7 hits, 12 strikeouts, 2 walks, a hit batter, 4 runs. There's the numbers for Jose Alvarez. His next game will be a new career high for him. It's 4 straight seasons now of 64 games, at least 64 games. Facing 9-1-2. This is John Ryan Murphy, first plate appearance. And as part of the double switch.
So just going back to Pena, what an effort that was. Yeah, he did give up some runs, but 12 strikeouts.
This is towards short. Off the end of the bat, Simba retires Murphy, 1 out.
Center fielder.
Top of the order now, and A.J. Pollock. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Hit by pitch. Pollock skies it foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Justin Anderson loosening. Called strike 3. Pollock doesn't like the call. It's the 3rd time he's struck out tonight. 2 down.
13th strikeout by an Angel pitcher against a Diamondback hitter. And that gets the inside corner, breaking ball. That's where it's crossing the front of the plate.
John's nobody on. This one's lifted out to right center field. EY gives way. Nope. He'll make the call on the catch. A 1-2-3 7th for Jose Alvarez. We're off to the 8th inning. We're tied at 4.
As they win back-to-back games against the Red Sox 6-3. Seattle playing the Astros. The Astros leading 2-1. Josh Reddick with a home run as they lead that one 2-1 to Astros versus Seattle. They've won 5 straight versus the Astros. Colorado had a chance late, ended up losing 4-2 to the San Diego Padres at home. They had bases loaded, but a double play ball prevented them from tying or taking the lead. Colorado went off, had a really tough stretch against some very good opponents. Go to home and play San Diego and lose 4-3.
Archie Bradley back out. Got the final out after giving up the RBI triple to Fletcher in the 7th inning. Take on Simmons, Rivera, and Ward. Angels half of the 8th. Andrelton 1 for 3. Had an RBI single himself in the 3rd. Notching his 57th RBI. 0-1. Down and away.
Simba 3 for 3 in his career versus Bradley.
On 2. Four runs, 8 hits, 5 left on for the Angels. 4 runs, 7 hits, 4 left on for Arizona. 2-2 to Simmons. Little bouncer down the line, foul.
That was a hanger right out over the plate. Just pulled a foul.
A little flare out to right field. That is a leadoff base hit.
Then now 4 for 4 against Bradley for Simba.
Multi-hit game for Simmons. Rivera would have been the batter, but Shohei Ohtani is going to be called upon here.
Well, he put on display in batting practice again. He almost hit the scoreboard in dead center field. Hit above the batter's eye, just below the scoreboard.
.268 on the season, 13 home runs, 38 runs batted in. 5 for 14 as a pinch hitter. The first one, and he'll line this one out to center field. Pollock right there in his tracks has it.
Well, that baseball jumped off his bat, but right at Pollock. I like that approach as a pinch hitter. You're always sitting first pitch fastball and be ready. He lined that one to center field and get quite the lift on it, but definitely that baseball jumped off his bat quickly.
103 miles per hour off the bat. Taylor Ward 0 for 3. Last time up, he lined down to Escobar third. Downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I believe Andrelton Simmons may be on the move here. 7 stolen bases, but caught twice.
Andrelton is back. close attention to him just in case. One ball, one strike, one out. 4-4 game in the 8th. Upstairs at 95. Bradley, the Diamondbacks' first round pick, 7th overall in 2011 out of Broken Arrow High School in Oklahoma.
Never quite developed into the starter they thought he would be. He's been very, very effective in the bullpen for him.
Full time out of the pen last year, beginning last year, 63 games at a 1.73 earned run average. One, two. Check swing. Did not go. Not easy to do. Hold your swing on a fastball upstairs. He went around.
And he went around on it.
You got to get that thing started quickly. 95 plus. Cowart on deck. Two. And he gets him upstairs.
Almost exact same spot.
2 down.
Last year in that wild card game against the Rockies, didn't Bradley have a triple in that game as a hitter? Runs that fastball 95. It's it by Taylor Ward.
Caleb, the starting left fielder, with Upton on the DL. The laceration to his left index finger on Sunday night, requiring a couple of stitches. Caleb back out on left. He's 1 for 3, a double back in the second, 2 strikeouts since. Takes a fastball for a strike. Justin Anderson still getting ready for the Angels.
Tough to catch up to that high fastball. It's right at the top of the zone or just above it. Over 80% of the time against a lefty, he'll run a fastball upstairs. Again, Ryan Murphy is only throwing at 13.6% of base stealers this year. Anticipate maybe a pitch out of the zone and going.
One, two. Fouled into the mid of John Ryan Murphy, and the Angels are done here in the 8th. We'll hit to the bottom of the frame, still tied at 4.
and down goes the baseball, well out. Talk about turning on it down to the one knee. Adrian Beltre-like.
That's like someone shot him at the end there.
Oh, that is a fantastic home run.
Yeah.
That's a call to the bullpen to have somebody do a pinch run for them around there, old school.
Justin Anderson takes over on the mound. 46th ball game, 3-3 record, 3.55 ERA. And he'll be facing David Peralta. 3-hit game. He's a triple shy of the cycle. Anderson's first pitch, a slider, misses down and away, gets away from Rivera, or down and in, I should say. Francisco Garcia replaces Rivera, who was pitch hit for by Ohtani. Peralta on the night, homered in the first, 2-run shots, singled home run in the third, doubled, and was stranded in the fifth.
Important outing here for Justin Anderson to get back the command, falling behind already 2-0. Last time out, tough with his command. Justin Anderson needs this one here tonight. Keep it tie, get a chance to take the lead in the ninth.
Three balls, no strikes.
Look, it got that outside corner.
Four-pitch walk to start this eighth inning. Remember, Justin's coming off one of his worst outings. He was at Texas. Go-ahead runner now on base. And Paul Goldschmidt coming to the plate. 1 for 3 with the RBI single, 2 strikeouts.
Such a good arm that Anderson has. That top from last time out. See how he bounces back here today. Got underneath that slider, tried to guide it in there.
There's a strike. Bottom part of the strike zone.
Goldschmidt has 4 double plays he's grounded into.
Goldschmidt, 6-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glove Award winner, 3 Silver Sluggers.
Can run a little bit too for a big guy.
8th round pick, 2009 out of Texas State. Good breaking ball. You get a hitter like Goldschmidt flinch like that.
I'm thinking late bite. Goldschmidt has been very good with 2 strikes on him too this season. 60 hits with 2 strikes in the count. It's tied for 4th best enter today in the majors. So he's pretty good as far as making contact. He's got 2 strikes on him, so you got to be careful and make a good pitch here.
Leadoff man Peralta at first.
98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Souza's on deck. This is lifted out to shallow left. Simmons is going out, has a play on it. One away.
Big pitch, good comeback and end at bat for Justin Anderson against one of the best in baseball.
One for 3 now for Souza, the right fielder. That was an RBI single in the 3rd inning. A little more under control there with that slider.
That's the thing. You don't have to overthrow when you have an arm like Justin Anderson. Stay on top of that break a ball. Trust the fastball.
Brad Boxberger getting ready.
Angels remember him well from those years in Tampa.
One. Souza rolled it foul, 1-2. Not a big lead at all for Peralta at first. 1-2. Souza pops it up. Garcia runs into Souza.
Called him out before he even caught it.
Manny Gonzalez, all plate umpire, making that call. I think Souza just wants an explanation.
Runs into him, hits him in the head with his catching helmet. Garcia does. And he gets called out for interference.
Get out the way. 2 down. Leadoff man still over at first base. Ketel Marte. Single, walk, and come back into the mound.
That's pretty funny. You make contact with him and he gets called for interference. That's perfect.
I think I got to go back and check the rule book, but you've got to make an attempt to move out of the batter's box after the ball's been put in play. He's got the right to go unimpeded to the baseball. And
even if it's out of play too, right?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
You don't see it too often. So it's
caught it anyhow, so it didn't really matter.
You see more of the throw down to second base. Guys taking a big hack and falling across the plate.
Or the attempted bunt when that back foot is on the plate or behind the plate. It very rarely gets called.
Three balls, no strikes. But you're always taught too as a hitter, right? When the ball's in the ball in the dirt, catcher blocks it, you don't have to move the batter's box. But you're also taught as a catcher
to make contact.
Make contact, just move him out of the way.
Yes.
Move him to the side. It's of no use to you.
At that point, no more reason for you to be there.
That's it. 3-0. And a strike, top part of the zone. 3-1. way inside. It's ball 4. And stopping at second is Peralta. So 2 walks in the inning for Anderson. Go ahead run now in scoring position. And Ahmed coming up.
I was going to say, I thought we might see Charles Nagy just to try to adjust it back under control with that last delivery of the pitch well off the plate. And you have a batter that's been aggressive on the first pitch throughout this game. Ahmed's been hacking at that first pitch.
Ahmed is 0 for 3. Fly ball to left, 2 strikeouts. 4-4 game, bottom of the 8th. Outfield straight around. EY playing a little bit toward right center field. Peralta at second. Marte at first. Little fly ball to shallow right. Cole has to come in on it. He's there. And we head to the 9th inning, tied at 4. No, we had some incidental contact, Gooby.
Yes, it was. Arcia Souza Jr. Move out of the way. I got to make a play.
Brad Boxberger comes on in relief for Archie Bradley. Boxberger 28 saves this year. He's 1-4 with a 3.38 earned run average. 60 strikeouts, 22 walks in 42 and 2/3 innings. And the Angels here in the 9th inning have 8, 9, and 1 due up. So it'll be Young, the pitcher spot, and then Calhoun. Actually, they double switched with Arcia came in. Well, the bullpen cart made an appearance, but it was just Brad Boxberger's jacket, not Brad Boxberger. But you, Gooby,
yes,
joined the Angels Live pregame show There's Kazoo.
That was really cool. I love that. I've always wanted to ride in one of those carts. Kansas City used to have one. I remember watching the Philly games where they had that. Never got the chance. Tried it in Kansas City too, and they said, well, if you want to pitch out of the bullpen, you can do it. I said, no, I'll stick to not going in the cart.
Eric Young Jr. 0 for 3.
Boxberger, not an overpowering fastball, 88 to 94. Slider, changeup. It's a very good changeup. Throws it a lot.
Back toward the middle, but right where Ahmed was playing. One down. Here comes Arcia for his first plate appearance.
Catcher, Francisco Arcia.
.293 average, 3 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Line back up the middle, a base hit, jumping on that first pitch.
As he does often.
Top of the order now, Calhoun coming up.
Right fielder, Cole Calhoun.
Cole tonight 2 for 4, double and a single, 2 runs scored.
You just feel Cole's going to do something special here on Arizona State night here, the ballpark. Already with 2 hits, a couple runs scored.
Down and in. Nice block by Murphy, or at least gloving it anyway. 1 ball, no strikes. Boxberger, Southern California product, born in Fullerton at the Foothill High School. USC downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes.
Calhoun 0 for 1 against him.
Players weekend coming up. Boxberger will be the first player to ever wear a jersey. His name will be in emojis. Not a nickname, so I imagine he's going with the box and the burger. That's just me putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah,
I'd imagine. I haven't seen it yet. Two-one count. Arcia over at first base. 1 out single. Fletcher's on deck. 3-hit game for David. Right on the outside part of the plate. 2-2.
Tough pitch for Calhoun as a left-handed batter. You're thinking that is off the outside corner. He brought it back, a little cutter.
Boxberger's ready. 2-2 now to Cole. I'll take a call, strike 3. That pitch was off the plate.
It's an unhittable pitch. It's not a strike. There's nothing you can do as a hitter. You're tracking in the strike zone. Brings it back, gets the call. What a game already tonight for David Fletcher. A couple singles and a triple. RBI. Got 2 RBI, 2 runs, and a run scored.
4th 3-hit game this year. Somebody's barking from the Angels dugout. Manny Gonzalez has had enough.
Pretty good changeup.
Here's the 0-2. That's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Speaking of forward to Cal State forward, Chris Davis, another home run for Oakland tonight.
Fletcher. Foul tip hung on to by Murphy, and we will head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Tied at 4. Arizona State night. And Cole Calhoun with a couple of hits representing A-State. Let's see what Cam Bedrosian can do here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Trying to get this to the 10th. Bedrosian will face 8-9-1. That's the pitcher spot. The catcher, Murphy, and then Pollock. 60th ball game for Cam. 5-2 mark at the 3.33 earned run average. John Jay will pinch hit to start this 9th inning. Jay at 244 batting average with the Diamondbacks. 9 doubles, 3 triples, 2 home runs, 19 runs batted. It's a pinch hitter, however, 0 for 7.
That's a pretty good swings throughout the entire year against the Angels, no matter what uniform he's wearing. .333 batting average, 9 for 27 against the Halos.
Jay signed with the Royals late. Got off to a very good start. And then traded to the Diamondbacks. Hit .307 for Kansas City. With a .363 on base percentage. And hit by pitch on an 0-2 count.
He wasn't moving out of the way of that one. Especially behind in the count. 2 strikes on him.
I'd imagine John Ryan Murphy coming up here looking at a sacrifice bunt situation.
Well, he's turned his body to absorb that hit of that breaking ball.
Murphy over 1 with a ground out. Showing bunt. And bunts it foul. 1 sacrifice this year.
Dave McKay, longtime first base coach, having a conversation with John Jay at first base.
On the first base side, hugs the grass. Bedrosian flips it to first, and he's late. Infield base hit. 2 on, nobody out. A.J. Pollock coming up.
A slight little communication breakdown there between Cam and Albert and Arcia. Pretty good bunt by Ryan Murphy right down the line. Credit him for hustling down the line and beats that one out just barely. Not only fielding that baseball with the glove, but also had to deal with Albert being there.
A.J. Pollock 0 for 3. 3 strikeouts and a hit by pitch. Pujols playing in, as is Ward. He shows bunt. And drops a bunt toward first. Thrown over, and he throws it away. The Diamondbacks will walk off on the Angels 5-4.
One of those plays as a pitcher, you're trying to get that out at third base, and sometimes when you force the issue, baseball will get away from you. That's exactly what happened. As the Diamondbacks walk off here today against the Angels, a well-played game throughout until that last inning for the Angels against the first-place Diamondbacks.
Well, not the way you wanted to have this game come to an end, but a hit by pitch on an 0-2, an infield base hit on a sacrifice, and on another sacrifice attempt, a throwing error by Bedrosian. And David Peralta becomes our above and beyond player of the game, presented by Land Rover.
Yeah, Land Rover player of the game. What a game he had. Also a walk in there, home run, single, double, 3 RBI. Land Rover above and beyond player of the game, David Peralta. Let's go back to that play. One of those situations where with a bunt scenarios coming up, you're trying to get yourself in a good throwing position to make that good throw. It wasn't bunted perfectly. One of those plays, if it's a good throw, you have a shot at third base on the force out, but the throw gets away from Taylor Ward, and the Diamondbacks win on that play. They never hit a ball out of the infield, yet they pick up a W here tonight.
5-4, the final in this one as Bedrosian takes the loss. Boxberger picks up the victory. Stick around, Angels Live postgame's coming up next.